Buchanan. Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you all for being present today. Professor Buchanan, can I confirm your involvement with the University of Wollongong School of Health and Society?
Yes.
Thank you. The University of Wollongong School of Health receives substantial grants from the National Health and Medical Research Council year on year. Is your testimony today completely independent of the people who fund you?
I am not funded, Senator Roberts, by the University of Wollongong. I have an honorary position and I receive no funding from the University of Wollongong.
Okay. The university is associated with the Global Challenges Project, which is funded by the Open Philanthropy, an organisation that campaigns against smoking, specifically by taxing it out of reach of everyday Australians. Do you support increased taxation rather than vaping as a means of smoking reduction?
Sorry, Senator, I got the last part of your question. I got a bang on the microphone and I didn't catch it.
Sure. Do you support increased taxation rather than vaping as a means of smoking reduction?
Senator, we support a comprehensive approach to reducing tobacco. Excise is one of those approaches, and there are a range of others, and they're all outlined in the National Tobacco Strategy, and we support all of the measures in the National Tobacco Strategy.
Thank you. Cancer Research UK has a 100% opposing view to yours. Their analysis of the use of e-cigarettes, ones that are registered with the UK Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Authority, the equivalent of our TGA, states this, quote, "Lots of people want to know about the health effects of e-cigarettes. Many studies show that vaping is far less harmful than smoking. This is because e-cigarettes don't contain cancer-causing tobacco, and most of the toxic chemicals found in cigarettes are not in e-cigarettes. There's no good evidence that vaping causes cancer. Because vaping is far less harmful than smoking, your health could benefit from switching from smoking to vaping, and you will reduce your risk of getting cancer," end of quote. Professor, who's right? The UK Cancer Research Council or the Australian Cancer Council?
Senator, what we are all saying is that what we want to see is that people who smoke stop smoking, because that is incredibly risky. If some smokers can benefit from quitting by using e-cigarettes, then we would support that. We have never not supported that. But we would like to see that support provided through a healthcare professional who can enable that person to make the right clinical decisions to manage their nicotine addiction, and then to move forward in terms of helping them to quit vaping. Sorry, Senator, because what we see is that in many of the studies where people have used vaping to quit, we see an increase in the number of people who dual use rather than quit products altogether, and that is not a good outcome.
Thank you. John, I'll come back to what you said in a minute. John Hopkins Medicine also maintains that, quote, "Vaping is less harmful than smoking. Regular cigarettes contain 7,000 chemicals, many of which are toxic. Vaping exposes you to fewer toxic chemicals," end of quote. Professor, why are you supporting a bill that exposes smokers to more toxic chemicals than vaping?
Sorry, Senator, is that for myself or for Senator?
Yes.
We're not supporting a bill that increases people's exposure to anything. What we are supporting is ongoing tobacco control measures in this country, comprehensive tobacco control measures, which are proving to be incredibly effective in reducing smoking rates. And at the same time, for those smokers who are struggling to quit, we need to remember that's a very small percentage of the population. For that group of people who are struggling to quit, that they get the help that they need under the care of a healthcare professional.
Right, we're on the same track now then. Professor, the United Kingdom National Health Service says of vaping, quote, "Nicotine vaping is substantially less harmful than smoking, substantially. It's also one of the most effective tools for quitting smoking," which I think is what you want. "Vaping is not completely harmless, and we only recommend it for adult smokers to support quitting smoking and staying quit." Is the Cancer Council of Australia, Professor, out of step with the science?
I think we've already addressed that. What we want to see is that people who are looking to quit smoking use evidence-based approaches to quitting. We know that most Australians who are looking to quit smoking will quit unaided. For those who need support, and it is not the vast majority of smokers, in fact the vast majority of smokers quit smoking unaided, for those who do need cessation support, cessation aids to quit, there is a strong evidence base of safe, effective, regulated medicines in Australia. E-cigarettes are not one of those, and so they should be receiving the support for using that product under the care of their healthcare professional.
Thank you, Professor.
That's the end of your 5-minute block, Senator Roberts. We are running significantly behind.
Can I ask one last question?
I'll let you put one more, but we are very behind, Senator Roberts.
Thank you. My electorate office has been receiving many contacts from real Australians complaining about this measure and saying how much vaping has improved their life, reduced their nicotine dependency and even helped them quit smoking entirely. Are these people lying, or are you protecting the $500 million quit smoking industry from a product proven to reduce smoking, internationally proven?
Senator, we have not anywhere said that this product will not help some people to quit smoking. We do believe that it will, and that because of the nature of the product, it is not a safe product. People are best placed by working with their healthcare professional.
It's safer than two out of three dying from cigarettes.
You need to let the witness finish.
I do take objection to your implication that we are somehow protecting the industry. We are actually about preventing ill health from smoking and the harms associated with vaping.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Chair.